Hello everyone and welcome back. So this is the pop sim that I made. It's quite fast. I don't have a lot of points. And it's a very basic sim. I have about 700,000 points. And they die off quickly. So I want to show one trick, and what I have here is the top layer, or the RBD sim, and I converted it into an SDF, and I computed the velocity. So it's an SDF with the velocity, and I believe this is an older version. So I'm going to use VDB analysis, and I need to compute the gradient of the surface field. So now we have custom, I'm going to call it grad. Okay, so we have grad field, and I'm going to delete everything except that. And this is basically represents the how deep we are inside the SDF. So at name is equal grad. Okay, and then I'm going to merge this back. So we have surface, the velocity, and then the grad, the gradient. Okay, so let's dive inside. As for the particle sim, I didn't use any of this collision. So I have a pop sim, and then the source, it stops emitting at frame 91. So we start at 73 or 72, and that's it. That's it really. The life expectancy is 1, so 24 frames, and I have a life variance of 0.2. I have a couple of forces, one for the gravity and adding noise, and another one for adding noise. And then the collision, I'm using this trick to sample that SDF, which we're plugging into the second input. So I sample the SDF using volume sample to find whether a point hit is inside the surface field or not. If it is, if that condition is true, I take the gradient, which is how far that point is, negate it, so I invert the position, and then I use it as an offset to the point position. Okay, and then I plug that in and change the point position. So if a point is inside the SDF, I simply move it out, and that way the sim is going to always interact, is going to give me basically cheap collision. It's not going to have any bounce or anything, but it will always stay outside the volume. And so that's it. That's it really. This is the particle sim. I'm going to share a cleaned up version of this, so it's not too hard to reproduce if you guys wanted to create something similar. The only note for this, for me, I wanted it to linger longer. So if you're going to create this effect, the trick is to make sure that the lightning happens super fast. You could have multiple layers, like one lightning and then a second one that uses completely different path, and third one that uses completely different path. That's perfectly fine, like 3 ripples, but make sure that the lightning expansion happens quickly, maybe 10 to 15 frames tops, and then the remaining result can take longer. Okay, so that's the only visual note. The other layer that I created was using RBD, the RBD debris sim, which we did, I believe, in week 3. So it's exactly the same. I use these points as well, and I emit debris from them. That's it. I used 10% of the points and just converted them into a debris that is actually rolling. And that's it. That's it for the sim. I'm going to go back to the RBD idea and show how we can apply some transformation back onto the geometry. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit. Bye bye.